So, it's finally happening. The video that a lot of people have been requesting for me to do, and that is my setup tour. Now, I have done a setup tour before in this room. I believe that was like 2 years ago, almost 3 at this point, to be honest. Actually, next summer, it would have been 3 years ago. And not a whole lot of shit has changed as far as the setup, but there is some new equipment. Stuff has kind of moved around. Well, actually, stuff has moved around quite a bit on the setup. And plus, the biggest change probably is the actual room itself. You have seen this in the videos before, that the room has changed to this sort of layout. And yeah, so I'm finally ready to do the setup tour yet again. So welcome to my room / setup tour 2025. So we're gonna start off on the outside of my room. Now I'm not gonna show you my whole house because that's our private thing, which I rather not show because of, well, it's my personal private thing and a lot of other people's personal private thing, and we want to keep that. We kind of want to keep that for ourselves. So I'm not gonna show you my whole house, but I will show you my room and my gaming setup and what everything that goes in there, whatever. So here's my door. Don't mind this, by the way. Lucy knows how to open doors, and she puts her other paw on this part of the door, and it stretches away the paint. It's actually really annoying, but well, what can you do? So we enter the room, and as you can tell, the echo completely disappears. And here is what you see when you walk in. So we got the setup over here, and then we got everything else. So where should we start? I think we should start, wait, let me do like a wider angle. Is that good? Or is that like, that's actually pretty good. I like that. So let's start off at where the door is. So on our right, we have a shelf right here. And on the shelf, I've shown you this before, I basically have a bunch of all kinds of different gizmos and just, you know, decoration for the room basically. So what we have here, we have a World War I Iron Cross. This is actually supposed to be in my military collection room, but it's here now because I forgot to bring it there. Then we got a couple shell casings. We got just a bunch of stuff, American flag. And oh yeah, these lights. I bought these lights recently, these Philips Hue lights. Now, I personally don't, I'm not a huge fan when it comes to like LEDs and like RGB lighting, but I was thinking that I did want to have some new lights because I used to use some actual like proper like glow lamps or whatever they're called, but I wanted to change over to LED just because they save on electricity, and plus they're much brighter than what the glow lamps are. So I got this one first, which is on my desk, and I got that one basically to kind of light up my face on this side. And it's nice because I can change the color on all this stuff. Oh yeah, there's also this strip right here. And then there's this light. And I can change the color on these. Well, normally I would keep them in this yellow lighting because that's like the theme of the room, I guess. Like the candle, for instance, like the candle lighting. But for the videos, if I want like a different vibe, a different energy, I can change the color to whatever color I want. Kind of change the vibe. And plus, because this shines up my face, if I turn this green, it's gonna shine green, which is really nice, and it's gonna shine on my face green. That's what I was trying to say. This is really cool. This is something that Leo built. It's a actual, it doesn't look like much, but this is an actual real working like piston, like which you would find in a car, which is really cool and really epic, and I'm very happy to have it here. It's not the prettiest thing, but just like the functionality on its own is just so cool, so I really like it, so that's why that's there. Then down here we got some books which I've never read. These books I have read, but these ones are just here for decoration. We got a Dodge Challenger, my favorite car. yeah, just my favorite car in general. And then we got a Nintendo NES Mini, which is really cool. I really like that thing. Over here, this is my favorite thing, which I have in my room. This is my full-on Indiana Jones outfit, which I have been collecting. There's still a few things which I need to change. The shirt, this is just a generic white shirt. I need to change this to an actual like Indiana Jones shirt, because they sell those. This is an actual Raiders jacket from Wested, I think. Yeah, I think that's a Wested Raiders jacket, if I'm not mistaken. And then we got like other stuff here. We got the satchel, the bullwhip, holster over there, belt, and then of course the almighty, the Herbert Johnson hat. And yeah, underneath it I have this hat. I basically put it here because the hat is too big for the mannequin, because I have a size 60 head, so my head is pretty big. It's a 58, I think. So I put that hat there to basically or this cap right here to just support the hat better. And this is a really cool cap. It's an Irish Drinking Club cap, which I really like. So there you go. And then we got two posters we got from, well, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny poster, and my favorite Indiana Jones movie, Last Crusade, right there. So that's my Indiana Jones display. And oh yeah, there's also these guys, which I bought from Egypt. Then over here, this unironically turned into a Beetlejuice display. It's not exactly a Beetlejuice display, but it's kind of cool. So we got a ghost meter right here. We got that Beetlejuice sign. Then we got this Fanta with Jenna Ortega on it, which is like, well, it's her character in the new Beetlejuice movie. And this is something that my girlfriend made. It's like a bunch of hearts in there. Look at that, in a jar. It's very nice. I really like it. Really cute. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the setup. So where should we start? I think let's start off with the camera, I guess, because that's something that has changed. So this is a Panasonic AF100, which I'm using currently as my main camera. I've had this camera for a really long time, but only recently did I start using it as my main face cam, because before I used to use all kinds of different like smaller cameras, but they all had the same problem, which was, seeing as they had such a small body, they would overheat very easily. But seeing as it's such a big body and this is designed to record for long hours and stuff like that, this is just a insanely good camera for recording for long takes, basically. So yeah, a Panasonic AF100, and the lens that I'm using is a Canon AFS 18-55mm lens. I really like this lens, it's nice. And this is my main lighting situation. I have a ring light set up here. It's actually attached to the camera right here, and it sits here. And this is basically what lights up my face from this side. So this is my main light. I already talked about that this kind of lights up my face. But this is my main light. This is the one that brings most light. And I have my camera set to the side. I used to have it over here, but it kind of got in the way there. It pushed the camera way too far this way. And it was basically hanging like over the monitor, which looked weird. So, and plus I kind of just wanted to change it up a small bit again, so that's why I moved the camera over here. So yeah, it just sits here on this stand right here. I really like the stand that I have here, but the only problem is if I shake the table, the whole camera shakes because it's attached to the table. And the reason why it's attached to the table, I know I'm rambling, is because of whenever I want to stand up. So I have a standing desk, which I love, so I can stand up depending on what type of video I want to make. But the problem used to be, when I actually originally got the standing desk, was because this camera used to be on a tripod. The problem always was that every time I wanted to stand up, I had to reset up the camera, I had to reset up the shot, I had to focus everything again, and I had to just adjust everything, which really sucked. I really hated that I always had to do that. So I basically now have developed a system, so no matter how much I up and down the desk, everything, cameras, lights, monitors, whatever, everything just stays in the same place, so I don't need to adjust anything. So I can stand up and, well, record videos basically. My monitors, this is a AOC monitor, which I use as my secondary monitor. I was gonna change this, but seeing as it still works fine, I just didn't really see a need to change it. And plus, since this is not my main monitor that I use, this Asus one here is my main monitor, so I don't really care what type of hertz this thing has or stuff like that. I game on this monitor, so if I need FPS and shit like that, this monitor handles that. And it's basically just a side monitor to put YouTube videos or some stuff, basically just to push it onto another screen. So I can use whatever piece of shit monitor for that, so I don't really care. But at some point I'll change this probably to one of these, which is my main monitor. And this is an Asus monitor. Absolutely love this monitor. This is an absolute beast. It's a compact monitor. It's not that big, but for gaming, it's an amazing monitor and I really like it. Then next up we can talk about peripherals. So my peripherals has changed completely since last time. I decided to go for a 60% keyboard. I just needed it. That big Corsair keyboard that I used to use just took up way too much space. Like, it was way too big on the desk and I didn't really have any space to put any stuff here. So I just wanted to change to a smaller keyboard. So I decided on one of these 60%ers and I just have grown to love them. They're really nice. I really like these 60%ers. And this is one of these ultra lightweight mouses. This is a AXO lightweight mouse. I guess next up we better get to audio. Oh yeah, by the way, I know I'm wearing fucking, yeah, I am wearing pajama pants, okay? Fucking sue me. Next up, I think we should move on to some audio stuff. So as far as audio stuff, what I use, so let's start off with the newest thing. So this is a Papuxis mixer. I used to use an M-Audio mixer before, which I had in the previous video, but I decided to upgrade from it because it started giving me issues, and I got this one, which I really like. This is actually a very nice mixer. Not only does this have more dials and more just capabilities than that M-Audio one, because the M-Audio one is just a standalone audio interface. This is more or less a mixer or a gaming, like, it's basically like a Go XLR in a sense, but just in a smaller package. So it has all these dials where you can change your mic settings, pads, 48 volts, stuff like that, as individual mute buttons. It's just a very nice thing. But then it also has these things which are really fun. So it has a voice changer, which means that I can change my voice to sound like a robot, an old man. A very cool button, a very fun button. Then it also has all these costume buttons, these 4 costume buttons right here, which basically means that you can import in sounds onto them, and whenever you press it, it'll play that certain sound that you chose for that particular button. So I can like add in meme sounds and stuff like that here. It's just a really cool thing for like live streaming in mind and stuff like that. Just make your live stream more interesting. Now I actually have like a more advanced like format of this. As far as this thing, this is a Traktor F1, Traktor Control F1, and this is basically just like a more beastie, more high quality version of what this does. So not only can I put in import meme sounds onto this, it's turned off, that's why it's blinking, but not only can I add in like meme sounds and stuff like that on here, but I can also add on full on songs. So if I want, like, well, I played like the Pedro song a bunch of times on here, Indiana Jones, so I can add in like full on songs onto this. This is actually meant for DJs in mind, I think. And then finally, for audio stuff, we have my microphone. Hello my friend, how are you? Now this is a Syntalk MT87BK. Now I had this microphone in the previous video, but I said the name wrong. I called it something completely different. But no, this is the Syntalk MT87BK. This is actually a very nice, like, well, you can hear it from the name. It's basically trying to sort of emulate or copy what the Neumann U87 sounds like, which, if you don't know what that microphone is, it's basically like a very famous high quality studio microphone. So this is basically kind of like a consumer grade version of that microphone, and it has some similarities to a Neumann U87, but it's nowhere near the quality of a Neumann U87 as far as the sound goes. But it has some small similarities to that microphone, which I really like. And also it just gives that vintage Neumann U87 vibe of it, of the gray capsule, and just, it looks really nice. And it's a okay microphone. So yeah, and I really like it. So again, it's an XLR, so this of course goes into this, and that goes through here into this machine, or this mixer, which goes through USB into my computer, and that's how you hear my voice in the computer or in the videos, because it records onto my computer and then I import that into the video, and then that's how you hear my voice basically. So that's how the audio stuff works. Then coming down here, this is, well, this is the underneath of the entire operation. So here is my computer. This is a Idea Center gaming computer. I've had this for a while now. And yeah, I just really like it. It is getting a bit long in the tooth, so I am gonna upgrade this soon, but for now, it's still a pretty good computer. The only big problem that I have with it actually is the storage space is just way too little, but apart from that, it's just a very nice computer. I really like it. I don't know the exact specs, so I'll link this computer in the description, as well as my full setup, if you're interested. But yeah, just a very nice, cool computer. Other stuff that I have down here, I need to have it on the stand because it's way too short, so when this disc is up, these cables wouldn't reach, so that's why I have to have it on the stand, which is kind of annoying because it just takes up some leg room. But yeah, other stuff that I have here, this is the charger for my camera, and batteries right now on charge, as you can tell. I try to do some cable management, but it's just really hard having the standing desk and doing cable management, so I did the best I could. I kind of put them into these two pops right here, and yeah, it looks kind of ugly, but from when you stand up or sit down when the desk is down, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, going further away, I mean, yeah, you can tell that they're there, but they're not that distracting. But it's much better like this than having all the cables all mishmashed together down here. So yeah, and then I also have this cable box right here just to hide like the power strips and some other cables, so that's all in there. Yeah, I think that might be everything. I don't think I missed out on, well, I'm sure I did miss out on something, which I regret to. Oh wait, yeah, there is one thing which I missed out on. My headphones. So these are, well, I would almost be positive that these are the best headphones that money can buy. Okay, maybe I wouldn't go so far, but as far as my budget is, these are the greatest headphones I've ever used in my life. These are Philips Fidelio X2s, the most comfortable headphones that I've ever used. Now, I've been looking for a very nice pair of headphones for a while now, and I've used all kinds of headphones. I've used Razer headphones, I've used Sony headphones, I've used all kinds of stuff, but they all have had the same problem. Like, they were all comfortable, but they weren't comfortable enough. They weren't that sort of level of comfort that you can just put them on and wear them for 5 hours and not get any headaches or head cramps or whatever. All of them, like, after a while, start giving you some sort of head cramp. But these ones, I've used these for maybe like up to 5 hour days and had no issues. I absolutely love these headphones. I absolutely love how they sound. They have a very nice sound. And the memory foam that they use, the cups as far as, and also the band, and also how the band is built. You see that? It's just so nice. The best headphones I've ever used in my life. And this is actually my second pair that I've had of these headphones. Because the original ones which I bought, I broke this by accident, obviously by accident. But I broke this cup on it, so I had to tape it up. So I finally decided to bite the bullet and buy myself a new pair of these. And man, they're just so nice. I really like them. So yeah, they just sit underneath my desk down here. Yeah, I think that's basic. Oh, my monitor's shut off. I think that's basically it. I don't think there's really anything else that I can really add. That's, well, that's my setup. So, anyway, hopefully you got something out of this video. Hopefully you at least enjoyed it. And yeah, just tell me below if you want to know anything else about my shit that I use. Because I would gladly talk about it and gladly do other behind the scenes videos, like for instance how I record farm videos or how I record documentaries. Those are all their own bag of sausages or all their bag of treats to talk about. So if you want to see those videos, please tell me below. But as far as they'll come now, that's my setup. This is my room. This is how I do shit. Hopefully you'll enjoy this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.